Hey, everyone. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Happy whatever day you're catching this. Today we're talking about scripting. Today is part one of a two-part series on scripting that's part of the Everyday Ritual show that I do here in the co-op. And today we're going to talk about what is scripting, why do we use scripting, and I'm going to share with you my three-part formula to make scripting part of your everyday ritual. So 3 steps that we can use when we're scripting. But first, we're going to talk about why the heck we would do something, and what is this thing that Angela keeps talking about? That's called scripting. So if you're joining me live, say hey to me in that conversation box down below so I can say hello back to you. And if you are catching me the second time around on a recycled version of this video, still say hey to me whenever you're showing up, because it will let me know. Facebook is wonderful like that. It will let me know and I can come back and we can have a conversation. I love doing these videos so that we can have conversations. I love offering you tools. So if you have a friend, someone in this community that you think would find this helpful, make sure that you let them know that we're having this conversation in that conversation box down below. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing and tell a couple of people so that they also know that we're having this conversation. Before I go any further and I tell you what scripting is and I share with you this magical 3-step process, I want to introduce myself. So hello everyone, how are you? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Angela Kay. I am a coach, a medium, an intuitive, and a healer here in Cleveland, Ohio. I am super passionate. What I'm most well known for online is the moon. I love helping people tap into ancient sacred rhythms, ancient sacred knowledge of the moon and the earth and all of the things. Today we're going to sprinkle a little of that into this live when we're talking about manifesting, because I'm going to talk to you about why we're talking about this today of all days, right? So we are going to talk about the moon. We're going to talk about some of those energies of the earth, and we're going to dive into this conversation about scripting. Hello, Miss Jen. How are you? So for those of you who maybe don't know, Saturday is a full moon. The full moon can be used for release, and it can also be used for manifesting, right? Saturday is also Samhain, which happens to be a new year, right? We can think when we measure the whole year in a circle and we cut it into 8 chunks, the new year starts Saturday night or Sunday morning, right? So we're coming to the close. So scripting, the reason I'm telling you about this, scripting is a technique to manifest. Now, manifesting has become like this sort of like hot topic, hot button, like sort of like thing that people talk about, right? But when we talk about the laws of the universe, we know that what we focus on grows, that we can manifest, that we can call things in. And there are so many different ways to manifest. There are so many different ways to co-create your life with intention. But the reason I want to talk to you about scripting today and next week is because we are moving into this next turn of the wheel of the year. We're moving into this full moon. We're moving into this time and this space when scripting can be especially powerful, because often what happens on a new year, and whether you're doing it this week or you're doing it in January, this can be useful. It can be useful all the time. But what happens on a new year? We start to say, these are my goals. This is where I'm headed. This is what I want. These are my intentions. So why not use a tool like scripting to kind of layer into that? So scripting in and of itself is a manifestation tool. It is a tool to use to co-create, to tell the universe, these are the things that I'm so grateful for. These are the things that I want more of, right? I would like more of this. Thank you so much. Please send this to me. This is where I want to be headed, okay? So something important to know about manifesting is that we don't have to know the how. We're just saying, this is what I love. This is where I'm headed. This is what brings me joy. These are what my values are. Send me things that align with my values. We don't have to know how it's going to happen. We allow source, spirit, oneness, all the things to take control. Like, we allow them to deliver it to us the way that it's supposed to be. I'll give you an example from my real life. I manifested for a year that I was going to leave the firm that I worked at, right? The how is not my job. Exactly, Jen. I kept saying, I'm going to leave the firm. I don't know exactly how, but I know that by a certain date, I'll be out of the firm. And the universe delivered it. It was not in a way that I ever could have possibly imagined, but I still left the firm. I left the how up to the universe, right? I set my goal, I said where I was going, and I did this technique that I'm about to teach you where I scripted. So scripting is a combination of visualization and writing. So how many of you have ever daydreamed or meditated where you've really visualized something? You literally thought about it with your eyes closed and been able to picture it in your head. Or maybe if you're someone who feels things in their body more than they see things, maybe you can feel the emotion that's attached, right? So when we're visualizing, it's not just about seeing the picture, it's about literally being able to feel. So if I'm visualizing a trip, maybe I'm visualizing a vacation, right? Maybe I want to go, I don't know, I want to go to the Maldives. So we'll use that as an example. So I'm going to go to the Maldives. Notice how I shifted that just now when I said it. I shifted it from I want to I'm going to, right? So I'm telling with certainty to the universe that this is what I want. This is where I'm going to go. This is what I'm going to do. And when I say it and when I start to think about it, I allow myself to think about all of the details, all of them. What's it going to look like? What kind of little like bungalow am I going to be in? What kind of wildlife or sea creatures are going to swim underneath it? What am I going to see? What's it going to be like? What kind of food am I going to eat? What are the emotions that I'm going to feel? Like, am I going to feel super grounded and relaxed? What physically am I going to feel? Will I feel that cool water? Will I feel the sun on my skin? Like, I allow myself to lean into all of the details, all of them. So visualizing is the first part of scripting. The second part of scripting is writing it down in the present. So if I were, and I'm going to give you a 3-step formula here in a second, but if I were to be scripting about the Maldives in the future, I would be writing it like it's now. I would be writing a story, right? About how I love being here, how I love seeing the crystal blue water, how I love the fact that the ceiling literally opens up so I can see the moon and the stars above me, how I can hear the waves, how the food is delicious. Exactly what is it that I'm eating? Am I enjoying seafood or fruit, or like what is it? How I love how much clarity I'm getting while I'm taking this time away from my life to really focus on me and allowing all the inspiration to flow in. I would write down every single thing that I can think of, all of the details, what it looks like, but I'm writing it in the present moment, as if I'm literally writing it from that place, as if I'm writing down. It's not like I'm going to love all the blue water. It is I love the blue water, as if I'm there and seeing it right now. So the 3-step formula when we script, right, is that we start by writing down all of the gratitudes for what we're thankful for literally right now in our lives. So give me some examples. What are you thankful for in your life right now? I am super grateful for the super cuddly cats that I have. I'm super grateful for the health that I have in my life. And as I'm listing each thing out, as you're writing your gratitudes, this is step 1 of the formula. As you're writing your gratitudes, you're literally feeling in to the emotion. You're literally feeling in to why are you so grateful for this? Like what does it taste like? What does it feel like? What emotion does it bring about? So I'm super grateful for my coffee from Kyla, right? And Flock Cup. I'm grateful for the way that it tastes. I'm grateful for the notes, like the flavor notes in it, like the sage that I can taste and the sweetgrass and all of the things, right? I'm grateful for the way that it makes my body feel. And I'm really, every time I write something down, I'm thinking about how it feels. Like, why am I so grateful for this? Why do I love my cat so much, right? Like all of these things. So step number 1, gratitudes. Thank you, T. And as we're writing them down, it's present moment, and we're thinking about and really feeling into, with every single sense that we have, feeling into why we're grateful. So then we move to step number 2 in this formula. Step number 2 is future, right? Thinking about what we want in the future, but like nearer future. So like the next month or the next 3 months, you get to choose what this time period is. But what is it? Ask yourself. What is it that I want to manifest in the next month or the next 3 months or whatever this smaller chunk of time is? Maybe you're even doing a year for the second part. You get to choose. What is it that I'm manifesting? And then begin to write it as if you are in the present moment, because you are, as soon as you planted that seed, it's already flowing to you. It's already moving into your vortex. So now pretend that it's already happening. Feel into the fact that in the future it is already happening, and start to write your gratitudes about how wonderful this feels. How good it feels when you've hit this goal. How good it feels, how amazing it feels, what the experience is like when you're doing this thing. So maybe it's business related for you, right? Maybe there's a goal that you're headed for, you're launching a program. Maybe you're scripting about how amazing it feels that you called in the perfect clients for this program. The emotion that you feel being able to serve these clients. Maybe you're manifesting something for your family. Maybe you're manifesting a car, right? You would write down, it feels so good to drive my car. It feels so good to feel like the freedom of having a car, right? A car that really works for me. Whatever those things are for you. So you're writing down as if it is present moment. I'm grateful that today I got to go in my car. I'm grateful that today I launched my program and called in X amount of clients. I'm grateful that today I hit my goal of having a 50K launch, whatever that thing is for you, right? You're writing it, it's the shorter term goal, and you're writing it as if it's the present moment. And again, you're writing down all of the details, you're feeling into all of the feelings, into all of the emotions, all of the things. Step number 3, your long-term goal. This, if you did 3 months for part 2, maybe you're doing a year out for part 3. Maybe if you did a year for part 1, you're doing 3 or 5 or 10 years out. Whatever that like larger, longer term goal is step 3. So we got ourselves into the high vibration in step 1, thinking about our gratitudes, really feeling into it, knowing how protected, how taken care of, all of the things we are by the universe. And step 2, we really leaned even further in, knowing that these things are already flowing to us in the vortex, and really leaned into the feelings. Step 3 is that longer term goal. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to write it in the present moment as if it has already materialized in our world, because it is already flowing to us. And step 3, so whatever that longer term goal is, maybe for you, it is that, I'm going to use Deanna as an example. Maybe it's for Deanna, right? That Deanna is running her own business and gets to work from wherever she wants to in the world, right? So that happens to resonate for me also, right? So maybe for me, it's the fact that I can go to Canada, I can go to British Columbia, and I can work there for 2 months. And then I can go to Mexico and I can work there for 2 months. And then I can go to the Maldives, and it's not just a vacation. Like I can literally work from the Maldives for 2 months. And then maybe from the Maldives, I'm going to go to Thailand. I'm going to work there for 2 months, right? So maybe for you, you're someone who does want to be able to move around and live in different places and support yourself. So you're going to write about what this is like. In each of these places, what is it like? Why are you excited to be there? Why are you grateful? We're literally grateful because it's already flowing to us and we're writing it in the present moment. Maybe you're like, Angela, I just want to be at home. I don't need to travel around to all those places. So what is your goal? And writing about it as if it has already happened. So maybe for you, that is that your business had its first 5K, 10K, $1 million launch. What does that feel like? What does it mean to you in that moment that you did this? What does that amount of money allow you to call in? How does it help you shift your life? What does your life look like? What does your day look like? This is important. What does your day look like? It's not just about like various activities. Start in the morning. Pretend that you're already at this place. So whether you're Deanna and you're traveling all around, right? Or you have this $1 million launch and you're living in your dream home, what does it look like when you wake up? What is your morning routine? This morning when I woke up, I had the most luxurious massage. And then I had the most luxurious cup of coffee. And then I drank my smoothie, right? That was made from X, Y, and Z fruit. And then, right, what does your day look like? Literally start to write out your day. When you hit this dream goal, when you hit this place that you're headed, literally start to write it out, present moment, like you're living that day. 3-step formula. This is scripting. This is taking visualization, all of our senses, putting it on paper and telling the universe and telling ourselves in detail, this is where I'm headed. This is what I'm calling in. This is exactly what I want. The universe is always providing for us. The universe is always sending us the things that we need. But when we can give the universe more details on how we would like it to show up, the universe is able to meet those things also. So you can say, I want to leave the firm, right? Like I did. I want to leave the firm. I'm going to leave the firm. I didn't know how. Perhaps if I had given like a little more detail, right, I wouldn't have been sick when I left the firm right at first, right? Maybe that's the way it was meant to work out. But I didn't give the universe any details, right? I just knew that I was going to leave the firm. Like I didn't really lean into like what it was going to feel like. I didn't say to the universe, I'm going to feel vitality flowing through my body when I leave the firm. I do now, but I didn't say that. So maybe if I had said to the universe, I'm going to feel vitality flowing through my body when I leave the firm, it would have looked a little bit differently than me getting sick to leave the firm, right? It was all supposed to work out. It all always does work out. But when we're scripting and we can give more detail as to how we feel and what the experience is like, it gives the universe more information to deliver it in the way that feels the best to us. It tells the universe all the little details. It tells the universe all the things that we're calling in. You can replace universe with source or spirit or oneness or God or whatever word resonates with you. It's all the same energy. We're working with all the same energy when we manifest, right? All right, so scripting. This can be a part of your everyday rituals. This is the Everyday Ritual series where I come to you and I teach you tools like scripting or meditation or gratitudes or stirring your intention into your beverage every day, right? Every week we talk about a different tool that you can experiment with and try and sprinkle into your everyday rituals and see how they feel. So scripting is one of those tools. Scripting is something you could do on a daily basis, or maybe for you, you're like, to start out, I want to do it weekly. Maybe for you, you want to do it on a weekly basis. Maybe Monday is going to be your scripting day, or maybe Saturday is going to be your scripting day, right? So you get to choose how often you do this. You get to choose how often you do any of your rituals. But doing it regularly is key. You're regularly communicating to the universe what it is that you're desiring to manifest. Let me check some of these comments. Oops, how did that happen? Let me also turn you back around so you see my face. Jen says, this is what I teach as pray rain journaling. It's money. Thank you for sharing this with us. You're so welcome. I love the fact that like we teach the same thing. We just have different words for it. Like how amazing and beautiful is that? I love it. Jen says, I'm so grateful for all the beauty flowing into my life. Yes. Amen. Tiara says, I'm grateful for friendship. Yes, I'm grateful for friendship too. Hello, Miss Jennifer. Hello, Elaine. Hello, Sarita. All right, beautiful people. With that, I'm popping off of here. Next week, I'll be back with part 2, and I'll teach you another way that you can script, another scripting and manifesting technique. And then we'll move on to other topics after that. More tools that you can use and choose and play with in your everyday rituals. With that, I'm popping off of here. Hugs and kisses, everyone. Stay wild, Moonchild.